What's good, y'all? It's time for another video and it is one of two. Number two is I try to push myself to release to you a full Ingrid testing guide in every single piece of content. But for now, let's talk about this week's banners and all my thoughts and reasonings for these characters right here. So, first off, we have Crazy Invocation of Spirits. If you want legendaries, if you're still early, if you're still mid-game, if you just want to summon, go for this banner. Highest chance of legendaries, you can't do anything wrong. Same goes for divines, even more important, divine chance. You really do want to summon on a 2x or you're basically going to get screwed because the base chance is obviously 6%, goes to 12%, pity builds on top of the extra 6%. So yeah, make use of crazy divine summonings if you want to use divines or wait for 2x, 15x. And now to the biggest piece of the pie. Who do we have? We have Zillu. So Zillu is basically, yeah, I mean she's good everywhere, right? If you need anything where there's single target damage to be dealt, especially in the magic department, Zillu is your girl. And if you want to take her from level 50 to level 100 in terms of power level, you need either a Pyrus, Soul Guidance or Twin Fiend. But mainly Pyrus and Twin Fiend, and that is because Zillu is bugged, and the way she's bugged is if they use their focus fire, Zillu charges up but fires twice instead of once like every other character, which is why Zillu scaled so ridiculously well with having a Pyrus or a Twin Fiend in your team. And that's also kind of the point. If you do not have a Zillu, you should not place down a Pyrus or a Twin Fiend and use them actively. Because they are at the end of the day sacrificing teammates' damage to do damage in their doing their ultimate, and the only one that really benefits is going to be Zillu. So examples where Zillu has been able to shine are, for example, the earlier stages of Gear Dungeon 2 when we're talking recent content. She works really well in Guild Boss 2 and now also in Void Rift Epilogue, especially in Stage 6. She does provide a significant amount of damage. So honestly, overall Zillu is still one of the strongest units in the entire game. Still has probably one of the most amazing designs in the game. And overall, especially for those of you that do have a Zillu already, the A3 is where it's at. The A3 is where Zillu really takes it that step further, where you can, for example, triple Twin Fiend ult during a single Zillu ultimate, which is just mind-blowing. And yeah, that's basically where it's at. Obviously, you have this skin that no one will ever be able to get because it was the Halloween ultimate ultimate trial. But yeah. And then we have the other star of the show, Artemis. Now, while Zillu is strong, Artemis is unique. And that uniqueness is what makes him strong. So the best example for why Artemis is so good is Gear Dungeon 1. Artemis can replace your healer while also providing anti-heal, opening up at least 3 or 4 different strategies that only work because they rely on his unique combination of being healer, anti-heal provider and damage dealer at the same time. So Artemis might not be the most hard-hitting hero. He might not be the best healer of them all, but everything combined definitely makes him the strongest anti-heal hero of them all. And if you do not have him already, he is definitely worth a shot. But as with everything, obviously we have the epics. Maul is amazing. Evelyn is nice for the Micro Fusion because she's so rare. Lightlock fell off, but I guess he's still fine. But like I said, with everything, there's always a caveat. There is always something else. And what is that something else? The answer would be our next expected banner. And that one is going to be none other than Hatssussy Glacius. So obviously for a lot of you not much is known about Glacius. I still haven't really been able to fully test them out or at all in general. Though from what I've heard, he's basically a nice freeze mage. That's it, right? He doesn't seem like anything super game breaking. So I would probably already give him like a B towards an A, but like I said, I personally have to have a look at it to really make a judgment. But the important part here is Hatssussy. So why would Hatssussy be so important? That is because she's probably still the strongest non-ancient exclusive non-lord in the entire game. And obvious reasons for that are she destroys Gear Rate 1, she destroys Gear Rate 2, she destroys Gear Rate 3. She is absolutely crucial in Gear Dungeon 2. She can be used, she obviously had really high effect in Tower. She can be used wherever you want, especially in campaign stages and such, because she is invisible, has ridiculously high burst damage, and overall is a very, very great character to own. So that is kind of your decision to make. Do you go for Zillu? Do you go for Hatssussy? Do you go for Artemis? Do you bet on Glacius? Do you skip them all together? Because who knows, maybe the August banner have some absolute banger legendary that no one has ever heard of? Honestly, that is exactly what is up to you. Probably out of the two banners, I feel like Zillu Artemis has more like the more evener value, something like this, while with the Hatssussy and Glacius banner you get something more closer to this. So overall I would probably still say Hatssussy is overall, the chance at Hatssussy is more valuable than the chance at what you're looking at here. And then obviously if you once more still trust the drop rates, which obviously there's no confirmation whatsoever for them, but if we still expect them to not having changed those, then Hatssussy is still by far the rarest hero out of all four named. And having a 15x on her gives you the most realistic chance to potentially copy one. So, that has already been kind of like the gist of it. And yeah. I do hope that you at least were able to take something away from this breakdown. And as usual, we see each other in the next video. Peace!